What's going on, guys? This is Slime Boss here, and I'm on the bottom for some reason. I don't know how Discord works, but I'm over here on the bottom on my screen. But we are talking about the Nintendo Direct. We're just gonna hop right into it. Join the Discord link in the description if you want to have a conversation just like us, or of course comment your thoughts on what the Nintendo Direct was in the comments down below. But we should just hop right into it. How were your overall feelings going into the Direct? Let me just tell you one word. It was weird. The pace, it was just all over the place.
It was pretty good.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was definitely wonderful, but it was so weird. It was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
A lot of Mario and Pokemon.
Definitely a lot of Mario.
We did check off a lot of boxes, which is good. Still wondering where Kid Icarus is, though.
If it might just not be real, it might be taking longer.
If it's not real, what the fuck was Sakurai talking about? Was he joking about the Bandai Namco leak?
He really wasn't. He didn't mention the Bandai Namco leak. He
I know, but
did like a cheeky. Well, it'd be nice if somebody remade it or remastered it.
Like he had no control.
I think it's happening, but it just might be a more in-depth remaster or remake than we think, and it might just come next year or hell on the first year of the Switch successor.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our discussion headlines. You want to do it? Let's do the thing. Ready? Yeah.
That was so.
That was on time for you guys. That was great. All right, so beautiful. Weirdly enough, again, leading credence to the weirdly paced Direct, we didn't start off with a bang. Well, we did start off with a banger, but not what you expect. We actually saw some gameplay footage of the Pokemon Legends Arceus, I want to say expansion pass, but the hidden treasure of Area
Legends
Zero.
Arceus?
No, wow, really? I fucked up on so many levels there.
Scarlet Violet, my friend.
Okay, it is a very long title. Okay, give me a second. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the hidden treasure of Area Zero, Part 1. I don't even know what the title is, actually. What is it called?
Hidden Treasure of Area Zero is the first one, I believe?
No, that is the name of the expansion pass.
Okay.
The actual name of the DLC is...
Hold on, I got this.
It's called the Teal Mask. Yeah, there you go. So we have the Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc. Indigo Disc. Okay. So we haven't actually seen any gameplay. If not, it was very little. And we kind of get a sense of what's happening here. We're getting two very, very large areas, very similar to Sword and Shield. And it seems like, I think it's basically the exact same thing as Sword and Shield. I'm not too hyped about it. Like, it's going to come out and I'm going to play it. Hopefully I finish Scarlet and Violet by that point. But yeah, I haven't even finished it. But look, I mean, it looks good. Here's hoping that we still get, some form of patch before this releases or around the same time. But it looks fine.
It was Pokemon. I won't lie, I was kind of nervous about this Direct when Pokemon started it, because we're so used to not having any Pokemon in Directs. Yeah. That I was like, oh, if they're combining Pokemon with an actual Direct, maybe they just don't have anything. So I won't lie, this opening kind of soured my expectations a little bit, which were completely wrong looking back, but I'm not a big Pokemon guy, so I really don't have much to say here.
As the Pokemon guy, I don't have much to say either. So, I just... Again, I think Nathaniel Bandy put it the best. I don't know if you've seen his reaction, but like, it is the best worst thing to tap into Pokemon, because it is a nice step forward and the game was fine. It was good for a lot of people, but it just is held back by the issues, the glitches that it has, and it has, surprisingly enough, the problems that this game has zero to do with the Switch hardware itself. It is just because it was rushed. So hopefully the DLC was a shortened. I mean, usually we get a year for a full Pokemon game experience. Hopefully, because it's a very smaller scale experience, that we'll get some form of patch before this releases. So that's the only thing that I'm hoping for when we get to this. And also, surprisingly, it's not delayed either. So
I mean, I was surprised to see both like fall 2023 and winter 2023 because
Oh, we
I think
saw that
everyone was
already.
kind of I think everyone was expecting though for the second one to be delayed to 2024.
Yeah, but we already knew that it was going to be fall and winter back in the Pokemon Presents at the beginning of the year.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so we know that, but I was figuring that the second one was going to happen at the beginning of 2024 just because it was going to
Gotcha.
coincide with the 4K patch that apparently Nintendo's been teasing as well. Well, not teasing, but accidentally leaking. But anyway, I really hate talking about hardware at this point. So
Yeah.
let's move on to the next announcement, which is Sonic Superstars. We got a new look here. I mean,
very disappointing. It's not going to be cross-platform.
not like it really matters, but
well, I mean, they're not even doing
the
anyway.
online multiplayer is only the mini games. Like the regular co-op is not. So again, it's not like it truly matters, but I mean, I don't think there was anything new in the trailer. I don't know if you guys saw the initial trailer from Future. Was it Summer Games Fest?
Summer Games Fest. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a really good game. I'm excited for it, but there was nothing really new in the trailer.
I mean, before we even had talks of a new 2D Mario, I was excited for this one just because I want to fuck around. Like, I just want to, I mean, literally what we do with New Soup, like, just have the multiplayer and see what the fuck happens. But that would be the sole reason why I would play it, not because I'm excited for a new Sonic game, because I still hate Sonic, but it was at least interesting enough to see, you know, how you could screw around in the game. So
yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if there was anything new. But
not that I'm aware of.
We all figured that a lot of the stuff that was shown earlier was going to be shown here as well, and that continues with Persona 5 Tactica, which happens actually after Polya, but I don't think we have to talk about Tactica either. It's basically the exact same trailer, I think beat for beat, so nothing new there. So let's talk about, anybody have any opinions on Polya?
I already forgot which one this one is.
Farming MMO.
Like the farming RPG. Isn't it like free to start or something like that?
Sure. I have no clue, but
I have no hype.
And like someone was live tweeting it, or actually they're like, I haven't been able to see the direct yet, but I assume it's just all farming sims at this point. And we're like, that was the beginning of it, but I just don't understand how there are so many different developers doing the exact same thing. And they seem really proud of it. I'm like, guys, if you guys really want to make a good indie game, stop making farming RPGs, please.
Well, when I first saw the header for it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be Fantasy Life. Cool, let's get a release date. And then I was really bummed out to see it was this.
And it looks like garbage. It looks like Wizard 101. We commented this on the video. It looks like Wizarding 101. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But moving on to something a little bit interesting, we have Myth Force, which is a Saturday morning cartoon style. So I think He-Man is a part of that. Yeah. And it's just that Saturday morning cartoon style, just a action fighter, not a fighter, but like dungeon crawler fighting game type thing. It looks interesting. I'm not gonna pick it up, but I think that the idea is pretty cool. And if He-Man's not in here already, like with the popularity of She-Ra and all that, I'm sure that they will come as DLC later down the line. That's just a cool little cosmetic, especially if this game does get off the ground, which I think it will. It's definitely a lot more creative than a farming RPG. So
yes.
Next up, a little bit of disappointing news. We have an announcement of a Splatfest that doesn't include chocolate as an option, which doesn't make any sense.
Stop shitting on the mint chocolate chip.
That has nothing to do with mint. It has nothing to do with mint.
Mint is gonna win this. Mint is gonna win this.
It has nothing to do with mint, but it's Neapolitan. It's the three that go together. Like mint is like sticking out like a sore thumb.
Big man did not want chocolate. I'm sorry. We can't force his opinions.
All right, whatever. But point being, we didn't get any sort of teaser for Side Order. Again, leads prudence that maybe it's coming in 2024, but we're probably going to see it in the September Direct. I'm just surprised that it's not here.
Honestly, as of right now, I kind of think it's going to launch with the next season, because right now we have nothing launching in September. And I could see that just coming out alongside the next season, which will start the 1st of September.
Fair enough.
So, we'll see.
I think we also got confirmation of a new mode, which is like challenge mode. Like there's like
that came in the last
okay,
season.
I
So
haven't been
yeah,
keeping up,
no,
unfortunately.
you're all good.
I feel bad because I actually really got on that Splatoon hype train, and the multiplayer just didn't do it for me.
I've been meaning to get back to it, but I still haven't finished Zelda.
I don't even own the DLC yet, so I want to play Side Order, but you know, I'll get to it when it releases.
That's fair.
Next up we have Detective Pikachu Returns, which he really does return.
I was so happy to see this finally.
I'm not gonna play it,
this
but
for so long. I think I'm gonna get it. It looks fun.
I don't think we have a release date or even a release window. Okay, we do. A lot of things are releasing in October.
I think it's like October 5th. Let me double check that.
Okay. Here's the problem. Somehow the 3DS game looks better than this one. There's a lot going on here, and for some reason that they thought it was a good idea to go with the Scarlet and Violet engine, not the new Pokemon Snap. And like what? There's so many things. I think that I watched the GBG discussion about their reaction. It seems like I think they just want to be done with Detective Pikachu, especially because people have been clamoring about it because they announced it so long ago.
They announced it 4 years ago.
Yeah, it seems like they scrapped the movie as well, and it's not looking good for this side series, and I think they just wanted to push it out.
This will definitely be the last one, but I do think this is going to be a fun game. I never got to play the first one. Visually, it looks okay. It doesn't look fantastic or anything, but
I think
nothing is going to deter me from playing it.
I swore to God that they were going to re-release Detective Pikachu, the original, first, or they said something about that.
I think that was just a rumor. I think that was just how translation had it
because
when they first announced it.
There was the theory because the Japanese version has exclusive content that the West version doesn't. And I think it had like DLC and stuff. But I may be misremembering. But yeah, it seems like they just want this to get out and be done with it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think Nintendo, even them too, they saw so much potential on this little side series with the movies and stuff. And then who knows what happened. Pokemon just dropped it for some reason. There's a lot of weird stuff happening with Pokemon right now, and I don't think they. Obviously, we think it's monetary value, but now I'm starting to think something's happening in the background, and it's not looking good for them. Like they're not giving enough development time, doing weird things like Arceus and lending Diamond and Pearl to whatever company. There's something going on in the background. I'm hoping that eventually they'll figure it out and release something big next generation, but. Yeah, they're acting very sus right now, so.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens in the future. Pokemon needs to do an entire developmental shift to kind of get with the times, because 3 years per game is not cutting it anymore.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for bigger news and something that started off incredibly sus. We're obviously getting Super Mario RPG on NSO. Finally, after so long. I really
thought that's when I was starting. I was like, no way is this gonna they're gonna like bait us like this.
But we are finally getting a Super Mario RPG remake from the ground up, in-house at Square Enix. Let's go.
It looks really good.
I have never played Mario RPG, and so this will be a great opportunity, because it's a Square Enix game. I have a very hard time going back to older Square Enix games because they seem very difficult, in the same way Earthbound Beginnings is. So I'm glad that we're able to see this with a new facelift, new music, remixed by Yoko Shimomura. She's back, and yeah, Mario looks weird, but we'll go with it.
I'm surprised it's the full $60. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's going to be worth it. I'm sure there's going to be some new content.
$60?
It is a full 60. So I am too, all things considered, but I need some new content, and I hope the game is longer than I remember it being, because I remember it only being like 10, 15 hours, but I could be completely just misremembering.
I don't know. I remember it being fairly short as well, but do you think that we'll see that secret final boss still in the game?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
like the weird Final Fantasy Eldritch boss
I
thing.
think it might be modified to be less attached to Final Fantasy, but I think it'll still be in the game.
I mean, the boobs are still in the game, less jiggle physics, but they're there. So
Yes.
surprisingly, this remake is 100% faithful. It's kind of new soupified, but there's still chibi, which is interesting. But I mean, at least they let Square Enix cook. So
Well, there's only so much you could do with the art style, and I think, all things considered, they did it the right way.
I mean, think about it. They could have gone a full Final Fantasy VII remake. Well, not in terms of content, but like art style, like Mario's full size. It's like Mario and Rabbids, something like that. But it's still in the chibi style. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Same.
Anything in particular than you're excited, Pug? Okay.
No, it's cool. It's not. I admit I'm not the biggest Super Mario RPG fan. I hope this changes it for me, but I don't really care.
It's always
It's
that.
kind of like, it's cool.
It's so that and Paper Mario have kind of, or the original Paper Mario have kind of eluded me for the longest time. I watched Chugga's Let's Play of Paper Mario, so I know it a little bit better, but I still don't fully understand Mario RPG as much as I do the later entries. So.
And I think that's how I'm feeling. Like, for the longest time, we've been getting those like mild Thousand Year Door remake rumors. So, in between the two, I rather would have gotten that, but this is really cool too.
Yeah, especially because this is the only one that's kind of stuck in limbo. Because they could pull Paper Mario out of their ass. Maybe
That's
they
true.
can still pull out Mario and Luigi out of their ass, but this is one game that is like completely Square Enix, so it's good to see it.
Yeah,
Partners
absolutely.
in Time, that'd be cool.
What's that?
They should have
Partners in
remade
Time.
Partners in Time.
Oh yeah, they really need to.
Yeah.
Next up is the Princess Peach game that was teased. Again, this is part of that weirdness where it's just like a weird fade to black and then 2 seconds of nothing and then not even a title. Like, I don't know what's happening here, and I'm 100% sure this is next level game because Peach looks like she did in Luigi's Mansion 3. So
I'm so confused about this because I'm sure it's gonna be like a full-fledged game. I'm sure it's gonna be great, but the little bit they showed us was just walking left to right on a stage, hitting a couple enemies, and then getting on a platform and turning her dress white. That told me nothing of what this game is.
I'm so confused exactly what it is. I mean, maybe it's Super Princess Peach too, but like a completely different style because she still has a companion, but she's doing something different. But
Yeah.
I am just confused why they would even think to show this if they don't even have a title. I mean,
Yeah,
at the
this
very
is very
least,
un-Nintendo.
however, it did remind me of Kirby and Yoshi back in 2017. Remember that one? I think it was E3
But
where they announced.
Those got full trailers though. I
But
see
it was
what you
just
mean,
Yoshi.
but-
Yoshi Switch.
Yeah, but the way they announced it was like, oh, this character's getting their own game.
Yeah, it was like
something's gonna happen when she does this. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
yeah, it's so weird. It's
Coming
just
out
weird.
next year. Let's move on to Luigi's Mansion.
But I mean, what do you guys think about it being next level games? You think it is or no?
I don't know who to think it is. Like, it could be next level.
I don't think it's in house just because it doesn't look like her Odyssey model.
I need to see what the gameplay actually is before I figure out who's actually developing it. Because if it's a 2.5D platformer,
it's not.
Really don't.
She doesn't
think
jump
it's gonna
at
be
all.
next level.
She does not jump at all.
So, I don't know. Once I see like if it's like a Peach 3D adventure game, kind of obviously not like a big 3D Mario game, but something in between, then it could be next level. Otherwise, who knows?
I think it is a 2.5D adventure game.
That'd be cool.
I don't think literally you're gonna be confined to a very small space, and the set is just gonna keep changing over and over again. So you won't have that much to explore on each stream, but it's gonna be unique. I think.
Yeah.
Another thing too is that it, like, I'm sorry. It's just so weird. I thought it was. I looked at it, I'm like, oh no, this is 2D. Why is this the new 2D game and you're not showing us anything about it? And I was fully confident that this was the next new 2D Mario game, and I was like,
here's my problem with that. I was talking to one of my friends during the direct at the time through Twitter, and they're like, no, that was the 2D Mario game, and I'm like, No, the person that leaked the 2D Mario game and then the SNES remake, which we just saw was Mario RPG, so clearly I'm believing them, said that the title wouldn't have new in it. So
Yeah.
once we didn't get a title for the Peach game, I was like, no, that's not it.
Yeah. I just think this is the most intriguing thing about the whole direct because it's surprising, but we got nothing. So
it's oddly my most anticipated game right now. Like, obviously, I'm super excited for Pikmin, super excited for the new Mario game. I want to know what this is.
yeah,
I'm so curious because we haven't gotten a Peach game since
Ever.
Super Princess Peach was like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, somebody else is getting a game. This one again, a lot less intrigue because we know what we're getting into. So, out of nowhere, Luigi's Mansion 2 is getting a remake, and it's obviously made by Next Level Games, but it looks very in development, which is weird because it shouldn't be because it's a remake.
I mean, to be fair, they could have just started uprising it 3 or 4 months ago.
No,
it could.
It's like if you look at Luigi's model and compare it to Luigi's Mansion 3 model, there's significantly lack in detail. Not to mention his animations are very weird, especially compared to the original Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
But what I'm saying is it could be early in development, which is why it's not coming out for at least another 7-8 months.
Just why are you showing it here? I didn't need to see
I think they needed something to show off for 2024, and they knew they had these Mario games going. They wanted to get some hype for the Mario fans, and this was just something easy.
I guess. All right. Well, I mean, what are your opinions on Dark Moon? Have you guys played it?
I've never played it. I haven't played it to completion. I played up until the 3rd mansion, and I got stuck when I was a kid and dropped it. So I am super excited to have this again.
I played the first one, and then I was thinking about playing the 3rd one, but
the 3rd one is so good.
So I've never played the first one until my Let's Play, or part of my Let's Play, I guess. But I adored the second one. It's my favorite in the series still to this day. I thought Luigi's Mansion 3 was going to be more of the same, but I dropped it pretty hard because I just felt like at the time I was very busy and it was just way too much to handle and that game is hard compared to Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It is hard. So I mean, I feel like if I got a fresh look at it and kind of played it for myself, I watched Jack play it, and I'm glad that he liked the Mario game for the first time because he's never played a Luigi's Mansion game or Mario really. So it was a nice wholesome playthrough, but I really need to get my own opinions. I don't even have the DLC, so
the DLC is just multiplayer stuff. It's pointless.
Yeah, but it was nice, but. I'm gonna have so much fun with this remake. So and I'm surprised I think people are upset because Luigi's Mansion OG remake came out during the Switch era, and it's still not coming to Switch, and we're getting a remake of 2 first. So it's kind of weird, but it's nice.
We talked about this
remake on the 3DS.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
and
what
we
I'm
talked
talking
about this yesterday during our predictions. I think it kind of falls in the same boat that Woolly World did. Is it got a remake on 3DS? And I in a way, I think it might disqualify it from getting another remake on the Switch. I doubt it, but
I mean, they did port a couple of 3DS games, or at least some indie people or third-party people.
What I mean though is it went from original system to 3DS. I don't think we've seen that happen to go to the extra jump to Switch.
Hyrule Warriors.
That is the one exception, yes.
I mean,
Captain Toad, technically.
I was gonna say
Captain
that.
Toad.
I was gonna say that.
But yeah.
Oh God! Imagine if we got Wind Waker on 3DS instead.
Oh God.
All right. Well, I think it's time that we step away from Mario for at least a second here. We finally, I'm not gonna play these games, but. After so long of these leakers shoving this game down our throats, we finally got the Batman Arkham trilogy coming to Switch, and it's not a cloud version, surprisingly. So I don't give a crap, but we've just been hearing this for so goddamn long. I think since at least the Switch's launch. So I don't know why it took them so long. I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
Yeah. I don't have hype for Batman, so I'm gonna skip on this, but if they run well, I'm really happy they're here.
Next up, we have Gloomhaven, which is another Wizard 101 looking game. It is also a dungeon crawler. Um, I yeah,
Good.
yeah. Just Dance 2024. This still kind of pisses me off because
Just Dance.
Ubisoft just keeps wasting their time with their franchises. Just release a live service game. It's not that hard. Just call it Just Dance and be done with it. You would make so much more money.
They milk it with these families though. These families buy them every year, every 2 years, something like that, and like they so constantly go on sale that at deep discounts that people just buy them on a whim.
I don't
Really?
I just can't believe they're still doing that. Just Dance and the Madden games. Like I don't know a single person that plays a Madden game.
A couple years ago there was I think it was 2021 or 2022. It came out like early November and it was already $30 off for Black Friday, and I picked it up because I was like, why not? It's $30.
Yeah, I don't know. They just seem like they're wasting their time with that series. Anyways, next up we got Silent Hope, which is more or less another farming RPG.
Crickets.
Next up we have Fae Farm, which is an update to a farming RPG that we got last direct. And also at the Xbox Showcase.
I've heard this one's supposed to be good. I don't
They
care.
look like Roblox characters. Like chibi Roblox. God damn it. All right, next up we got Sonic Unleashed 2 or
what?
New announcement, eh?
Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, which I heard the first game was pretty good. However, I'm surprised that we're getting a sequel.
Yeah. I mean, it sold well. I guess it was a really sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, I've heard a lot of great things about it, surprisingly. So
yeah,
especially for like a Hot Wheels game of all things. So next up we have Maniac Mechanics.
Manic Mechanics.
Manic. Oh.
Yeah.
Manic Mechanics, which is a game that looks like a mechanic version of Overcooked.
Overcooked, yep.
Same style, but it's made by 4J Studios, and that's a highlight for me because I was a Minecraft Console Edition player, so they're pretty much known for just that. 4J Studios also had a teaser a few weeks back where they recreated the Minecraft Console Edition trailer, noticeably without Notch and Jens. But I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I don't know if this was that game. It would be very weird for them to hype it up like that with them remaking the original Minecraft trailer or Minecraft console trailer. So I hope this is in it. But I mean, it's cool that 4J is making other games. So
yeah,
they're basically known for ports because they did a lot of ports before Minecraft. I think they do the Banjo ports on Xbox as well. So.
Yeah, I have nothing really to say. This is not something I'm going to pick up. So, yeah.
Next up, we have Mario and Rabbids. Take it away, because I don't give a fuck.
So Sparks of Hope, the last Spark Hunter. It takes you to a new, I guess it's like a musical theme world with a new Spark Hunter. The main game, I guess there's new enemies. There's like a Rabid King Bob-omb. It's out today. I don't have time for it, so will I ever play it? Who knows? But
I'm not
it
really
looks good.
into the Mario and Rabbids series. So
Finally.
I really enjoyed Sparks of Hope. It was one of my favorite games of last year. However, I don't know if I'm going to get back into it until... It's not exactly. I don't know if I'm going to get back into it until Rayman comes out, and then at that point I might just marathon both this and then the Rayman DLC and just shelve it.
Surprisingly, this was a new trailer. It's not the same trailer from the Ubisoft presentation. It is it's the same content, but it was a new trailer. Oh man, did I disconnect again?
No, you're good.
Okay, but it's a new trailer, and we didn't see anything of Rayman.
Yeah, I mean, We'll see. I think that'll be probably the September Direct announcement, and it'll come out October, November, God forbid, because there's so much going on in those months.
I keep forgetting about this DLC because I'm like, all right, what out of the 5 games we have DLC for? We had Xenoblade, we have Splatoon, we have Mario Kart. I keep forgetting about this game. So.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't really care about it when it first came out.
I know, but like when we do our predictions and stuff, like I have to include it, and I constantly forget.
It's all good.
Oh, and Scarlet and Violet. There you go. I forget about that one too.
There, yeah, that's fair.
All right. Next up, we have Dragon Quest Monsters, which this is a sequel, I think, to a game that came out on DS like 10 years ago. I thought I didn't even notice it was Dragon Quest. I should have noticed right away because it was the Dragon Ball art style. But I was just like, what is this game? It seems like entirely new. But John teased it in his predictions video. But
I saw that.
I think this was. I
don't care.
I think this game was announced a while ago, as far as I know. But like, I don't know anything about it. So
I've started Dragon Quest XI twice. It's a great game. For some reason, I keep falling off of it, and I don't know if it's because I've got so much on my backlog, and I know it's going to be such a long game, but I just keep falling off of it, and I have no intentions of coming back to it anytime soon.
I would at least try Heroes.
Not my style.
You don't like Hyrule Warriors?
I care about Hyrule Warriors because I like the Zelda characters.
Oh, you didn't play FE?
I dropped both of them very quickly.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I like the Warriors games, but I haven't actually been able to play them yet. They look really interesting.
I like the Warriors game, and I like this. I really have a connection to the series they're based on. I like Fire Emblem. I don't think I like it enough to have a full Warriors game based on it.
All right. Well, it is now your time to shine because we had our Pikmin 4 focus.
Oh, so Pikmin 4 direct time. Okay.
I told you we were getting another Pikmin, and you didn't think so.
I mean, it's not on the box art. I was like, okay. I didn't think of a time exclusive Pikmin. Look, I was thinking like, okay, if it's gonna be a Pikmin, it's gonna be a universal one. I didn't think of a dedicated night one, so I will take that.
A universal one, you know, the ones at the park.
Yeah, the ones at the park that were carrying the coin. But, anyways, no, the game looks fantastic. You can upgrade like the dog and stuff like that. Ochi, for a long time I thought it was Owachi, but you can upgrade the dog. You can buy like special items. It's the cave systems, aka the depths of Pikmin.
Yeah, but, we commented on that in our reaction.
It looks fantastic. I'm so excited for this game to come out. We're getting a demo next week.
Wait, what?
Yeah, demo comes out on the 28th.
Why did he get so excited for that?
He's
like, wait, what? No way.
It was announced after the next 2 game announcements that were shadow drops. Am I allowed to go to those?
I think there was a pretty big... It seems like we had some species crossbreeding as well.
Oh, yes. The Piccolimar is what I'm calling it.
I thought it looked so weird. I'm like, wait, is that Olimar? Did he have a kid with a Pikmin?
Before we get on that, we saw the Game Boy item. If there's not a Nintendo Switch item, I'm going to be upset.
All of the consoles.
They better be. That would be so cool.
I mean, it's not too far-fetched. I think the original had a Game & Watch, and I think Hey Pikmin had a lot of Nintendo items, or maybe I'm thinking of Chibi
You could
Robo.
collect. I think you could scan Amiibo and then actually collect the figures.
I think I might be thinking of Chibi Robo because that did a very similar thing as well. They're very similar games now that I think about it.
They really are.
Especially when you're going inside of a big house for the first time. Speaking of big house, Nathaniel Bandy won twice today.
He really did. But no, this is everything I could have wanted in a Pikmin game. It looks like you can only have 3 different types of Pikmin in your group at once. And, like, the last ones you can have basically, like, any and all types. So I think that's going to help more with, like, strategizing, like, your route and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be super exciting. Like I said, demo next Thursday. You know I'm being there day 1. I'll hopefully have a video just talking about my experience with the demo. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just hoping I'm done with Zelda by then. I should be.
So I'm a little. I don't know how Pikmin works. As far as I know, there's levels. Like you go to, there's different stages, and I think you explore only one planet per game.
So it's one planet per game. There's usually like 4 to 5 big main levels, and depending on
Okay.
like, you start at one, you get a certain amount of parts, a certain amount of fruit, or in Pikmin 3's case, you do enough to progress the story, and then you can go to the next one, or you can stay back at the other one and do like collect the rest of the stuff.
Okay. So
So
I didn't know how it worked, but based on my looks at the trailer, especially since we can return at night, I was
yes.
looking at the game and I was like, huh, is this like a open world style Pikmin game where potentially you could go to another checkpoint and you're still able to explore one big level. But I don't know. I didn't
Well,
know
I
how
don't know.
Pikmin work because like
I don't know if it's going to be the same.
the house
Go
level is
ahead.
clearly visible from the garden area, and we've
Yes.
mostly seen just the garden area in all of the trailers. So seemingly, since we can go inside of the house, that maybe there would be a way to go between the two, and then if you wanted to, there was a quick travel. But I didn't know how Pikmin worked.
So
So
right now, there's no confirmation of how many levels we're gonna get in the game. Usually we get 4. I think that's kind of the base point in all of them, except one, which only had 3.
are they
But
short
so far
games?
we've no. Well, they can be beaten in like 10 to 20 hours, depending on your experience with it. But it kind of is like a speed run kind of game. Like
Okay.
you want to see how quickly you can get all the ship parts, or how quickly you can beat the main story, stuff
Resource
like that.
management.
Yeah, it's like you want to improve your time and stuff like that. So we'll see. It looks like with the caves and underground stuff, Pikmin 4 is going to be a lot bigger than the last games, of course, but so far we've only seen 3 levels, and I'm willing to bet we'll get at least 1 or 2 more. And I don't know if it's going to be like completely open, or if it's instead of like a world map, it's just like they're all in the same area and you can just fly your ship or whatever you're using to certain spots.
Like a
I'm hoping we'll have a
sunshine kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see either when the demo comes out or when the game comes out, because it comes out in exactly a month.
All right. Well, I can tell you about something that came out today, and that is Pikmin 1 and 2, which I think I predicted.
Yes.
And it was either these two or the Metroid trilogy, and we got all 4 Pikmin games ready to play on Nintendo Switch.
I
Um,
am so happy. I never thought this would have
I
happened.
am so surprised. It looks like it.
Same.
It did not get the Metroid Prime treatment, unfortunately, but
No,
it got
it's
probably
fine.
the Sunshine treatment, I think.
Yeah.
You can
As
actually
long as I can, as long as I can comfortably play these with the Pro controller, I don't care how they look. I think they look okay.
right. So I have Pikmin 3. I'm so glad I didn't start playing Pikmin 3. So now Hylian can buy me Pikmin 1 and 2.
I'll buy you it when it comes out physically in September,
I
because
don't want
that's
it
how long I
physically.
have. Well, I have to wait that long. So do you.
I'm not gonna play it right away anyway because
That's
I still have to finish Mutant Muds and Kingdom Hearts, but
And that's my thing. I almost wanted a double dip, but I'm like, you're still playing Zelda. You have Katamari. Pikmin comes out in literally a month. You do not have time to replay Pikmin 1 and 2.
yeah.
But
I'm
it
glad
is
that
so
they're
cool that
there
we're getting a
for
physical
me.
release.
So
Yeah.
this is again leads back to the question of Twilight Princess. I am still confused with how they're doing it because it seems like when you can download them individually.
So they're $30 a piece. If you buy the bundle, it's 50. But if you buy one and then later decide to get the other, you do not get the discount.
Okay, well that's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about how the pricing works. I'm talking about that if you download it, you get 2 games on your
Yeah, you do.
homepage. And
Yeah.
and I think that's the same way for the Metal Gear collection, which we'll get in a second. Which is weird because they have another menu where it's like all the collection features. I'm very
Yeah.
confused by it, but again, you also said that the physical version is only 1 cartridge. So is it 1 cartridge of Pikmin 1 and a download code for Pikmin 2?
No. It'll
What?
do what other games. So the BioShock collection, like Borderlands did this. You put in the cart, and it pops up the icons for both. or they're going to go another way and just give us a separate icon, and it's going to be like Mario 3D All-Stars or something like that. When you turn on the cartridge, you put in the game, you pick one or the other. I don't know how they're going to handle the physical edition quite yet.
Okay, because the way that Mega Man worked is that you got, you put it in, and then you have to go in and put a download code in for the other one.
Yeah, they're not going to do that like that.
And
Nintendo's not going to do it
I
like that.
can't remember which one it was, but you popped in the cartridge, and the cartridge itself only had one game on it, but it downloaded the other one, and so in order to play it, you have to pop in order to play Pikmin 1 in this case, you would pop in the cartridge, but you can play Pikmin 2 at any time. So.
Right. Well, given these games combined are only like 2.5 gigabytes, there's no way it's more than one cartridge.
Right.
It just depends on if they're going to do something that just has the cartridge read both versions of the game, or if they're going to like create a special like menu screen. It's yet to be seen.
I would hope to see a menu screen, but because it's already out, I would guess not. But
yeah.
Anyway, speaking of collections, we have the Metal Gear Solid Remastered Collection, collection. Pretty
Coming
cool.
out my birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's pretty cool. We're getting this is a very beefy collection, and it's only volume 1. So Metal Gear Solid fans, you're eating good. Especially because Tri is also coming out on other systems. So this will be a good way to catch up on the series. And if you're new to the series, this is perfect because I'm sure by the end of Volume 2, you'll pretty much have the full Metal Gear series, not just Metal Gear Solid. So
yeah,
it's pretty good. Next up, we thought it was Castlevania, but it's actually not. Because we see a vampire right after a Konami game. What else could it be other than a weird mobile game?
I knew what this was immediately.
Yeah. My fiance was
a dick. My fiance was addicted to this game for a few months.
It's a mobile game?
So he was getting. No, it's on PC and stuff too.
Oh.
But I walked in when he was getting ready this morning. I'm like, "Oh, your favorite game is on Switch now." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Vampire Survivors." And he just shrugs.
Yeah, it looks really bad. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know who these people are.
It's been really popular. Like it's
really?
Blown up and popular. Oh, it's been huge.
I've never. I don't
see
this,
I don't see the appeal in it, so I'm right there with you.
All right, next up we got Headbangers Rhythm Royale, which I believe was teased earlier this at like Future Game Show or something like that. And it's a game.
Yeah, it is in fact a game.
That's about all I have to say. Next up, we actually get something fairly interesting, and Sonic fans are angry right now because we're getting a classic PS2 style or PS1 style 3D platformer by the name of Penny's Big Breakaway. It looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the yo-yo one.
Yeah, right. The yo-yo one.
I forgot about this one already.
I'm hoping that it has the same vibe as like Hat in Time, where it's just a random 3D platformer that's surprisingly good. It's made by the Sonic Mania team. That's why people are angry, because they're not making Sonic Mania 2.
Yeah.
T. Lopes is on the track. He makes good music as far as I know. So, looks pretty cool. I might pick it up.
We'll see how busy my backlog is at the time.
Pretty much the only smaller title that I'm actually interested in, other than maybe the thing after a certain DLC. Next up, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 5, including the most surprising thing ever, the bathroom.
Yes.
The bathroom track is real.
Yes, it's real, and surprisingly not Piranha Plant Cove.
Well, we knew it wasn't Piranha Plant Cove. Like, this has been in the Mario Kart Tour files for a while.
Yeah.
We just didn't know when or if this was actually going to come to fruition.
Well, yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I'm glad we're seeing. I'm glad we're seeing more and more new tracks come to 8 first and then come to Tour. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, agreed.
I think the track looks great, but the most surprising thing is that we only got 1 track instead of 2 like we did last time, but we had the reveal of not just 1, not just 2, but 3 whole characters that, with the exception of 1, nobody expected to happen right away. So we have PD Piranha, which I think we both expected, we both predicted. I guess we all wanted.
Yeah.
And Wiggler from Mario Kart 7.
Yeah.
Not Honey
I was
Queen.
so excited to see Wiggler.
I'm excited, but like that's a slot, you know.
Who cares? Let's have some
Seemingly,
fun.
yeah, but like funky though.
We'll get Funky
get
next wave.
I think it's gonna come down to either Funky or Petey. Pauline.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those two. One gets cut, one makes it in alongside Diddy. I kind of think it's gonna be Funky.
Then we also get a first new character, well, new as in Tor, Kamek, as he.
I hated that.
Kamek, or as Nico B wanted to say, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, but actually not Sora from Kingdom Hearts. But very surprising that we got all three in this trailer, and the bathroom track looks good. I mean, there's not much to talk about because we don't know the rest of the tracks yet, so we'll talk about it later.
I mean, the only thing I'm surprised about is I really thought it was going to be the Donkey Kong theme now and then the big blowout of the final three in Wave 6. But it kind of feels like now they're going with like a villains, not like enemies theme, stuff like that. And then the final wave will probably get a new Donkey Kong track from Tour or something like that alongside more than likely Diddy and Funky. And that'll be our final two.
I actually completely forgot to record. Well, I'm very behind because I'm having an editor edit my Mario Kart videos, but I haven't recorded waves 2 through 4. I completely forgot. I don't know how I played them, but I forgot to record them. So yeah. Anyways, we'll talk more about it later because I mean, there's nothing here. It's coming soon, hopefully in the next few weeks here. Hopefully before Pikmin. I hope.
I could see it being in August. We don't really have much going on there, and
yeah,
they made us wait that long for Wave 2 last year.
It's because everything's happening in October and November for some fucking reason.
Literally.
Like everything from everybody. Like Spider-Man 2. Like what is happening?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are worried that what we're going to talk about later is going to be, you know, attacked by. I think people are going to pick up both. I think people are really going to pick up both because it's. I don't think they compete whatsoever. If Tears of the Kingdom came out the same weekend as Spider-Man 2, then yeah, we would have a problem. But I think that what's happening later in the Direct is small enough, even though they're the same price, is small enough that it would. I think people would pick up both. It's not even
that it's small enough. They're completely different demographics.
Well, Tears of the Kingdom and Spider-Man are completely different demographics too, but
they're more hardcore games. One's pretty casual, one's Spider-Man.
I guess. All right, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. Star Ocean, the second story R, Monolith Soft has been cooking apparently. I don't know if
they don't stop cooking.
I don't know if they had any hands on this, but I think it's their game. It's the same art style. Similar art style to Xenoblade, and it's an HD 2D, which I can't get enough of, surprisingly. I keep loving these games, but it looks like they completely changed the battle system as well. It's an action RPG now rather than a turn-based RPG, and all of your party members are accessible at the same time. But I've never heard of this, and I've never played Star Ocean 1, but this is the other game that is slightly intriguing for me. So.
I really didn't pay much attention to it, so I kind of just let it skip me by, so I need to go back and rewatch the trailer.
As the Mario guy, I have played Luigi U, but I've never beat Luigi U. So, if that should tell you anything, I haven't even finished very many short games. You think I'm really going to spend a lot of time with a billion-hour RPG? The longest game I've ever played in my life was Tears of the Kingdom. Surprisingly, I finished that one, and I loved it. But
yeah.
We still have to make that video, don't we? No one knows my thoughts on the game yet.
We can make it next week because I am still not finished with Zelda.
Do you have enough to write a review yet?
I'm writing it. I'm not gonna let myself finish writing it until I roll credits. I'm almost there. I've got a couple more days. I've got 3 more shrines to go until I've got them all. I'm almost there.
I just don't understand how I beat it before.
Because I'm doing all the stuff. I've done all the side quests. I've done most of the depths exploration.
I did all that. I did shrines.
I've done almost.
Sorry, I did shrines, light roots, dungeons and a
I've
couple of
wasted
the side quests.
I've done a lot of hours of side quests.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
mean
why.
a lot of
Yeah,
hours.
I noticed how long the side quests are because I did the pen quest, and that took up like 90% of my stream, and it was like eight
If you combine
hours.
the side quests and side adventures, there's like 200 of them. So I've been spending some time.
Somehow I've gotten all of the shrines, but I'm missing shrine quests.
Probably didn't activate them or something, or like didn't
They're
talk to
probably
the right person.
NPCs.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next up is WarioWare Super Smooth Moves. No, that's the actual name in Japan. It is a
Is
sequel.
it really?
Yes, it is an actual sequel to
That's
Smooth Moves.
sick.
In the
I love
West,
that.
we're actually getting WarioWare Move It, because he likes to move it.
I like to move it.
I just loved Koizumi doing whatever the fuck he was doing afterwards.
He was vibing. I love it for him.
If that's not a meme to come out of this direct next to weird squished down Mario, I don't know what is, or a certain other type of Mario. But
Yes.
I'm just surprised to see another WarioWare game on the Switch in this, and surprisingly, this is the first traditional WarioWare since Smooth Moves. Since then, we've had a compilation, not a traditional WarioWare, but a traditionally controlled WarioWare, and we're finally getting wacky again. So, surprisingly, this is the first WarioWare game, like since Smooth Moves.
I'm just shocked we're getting another Wario game so soon. No, yeah, WarioWare game so soon because it's only been 2 years since Get It Together.
And this is Intelligent, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe they just had an idea and they're just like, all right, fuck it, we'll make another one.
Hey, I'm all for it. They're fun games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play any of them, but sure, they can go off.
I had a good bit of fun with Get It Together. It was really short, but it was a good time.
I think I played the demo. I was just like, I don't think I like that style of game. I had a lot of fun with the SpongeBob Draw It ripoff, but I just feel like it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I get that. I can respect it.
All right, next up, we wasted a minute of our lives talking about Nintendo Live, even though we knew everything about it. I don't even know why this was here.
Yeah, they were like really trying to like talk people into like getting tickets to go to it and like winning them. I was like, okay, get it, I guess.
Hey, Pug, do you have anything to say about anything so far?
So far? I mean, I'm excited about a lot of things that we've been talking about, yeah. Like Pikmin and Mario, RPG, Splatoon.
I know last time you said that you didn't want to interrupt, so go ahead. Go off for a couple minutes if you need to.
I mean, I'm kind of waiting till we get to the main event, you know?
That's fair.
Then I'll start
popping off.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting to the main event now. The Zelda figures are here.
Yeah. Honestly, yes. This was
more
like
money.
My biggest hope for, this was like my biggest hope for Zelda. Like I was pretty convinced we were gonna get some DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm less convinced now, but I got my Ganondorf amiibo. That's all I needed. I'm cool.
You already got it?
Good.
This is usually the time where they talk about sales. Like sometimes they'll be like, "We sold 1 billion copies," or you guys made 250 million levels in Mario Maker, like,
yeah,
and they just said, "Thank you for playing the game. Goodbye."
Thank you.
Zelda's done.
Like, thank you
this.
for making us billions. Thank you for making us billions of dollars.
Yeah, we're retiring Zelda now. There's no remakes. There's no more new games. It's it.
No.
They were just really humble about it.
Honestly, though, what am I gonna do once Wind Waker and Twilight Princess get announced? What am I gonna whine for at every single direct?
Now, you just said that earlier. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna whine anymore. I don't have to whine anymore about
I'm not
Mario
gonna whine for
anymore.
this direct.
I don't have to whine anymore about Mario, but I mean, once they do come out, you're gonna be like, well, fuck. I'm not even gonna play these games, am I? Because
yes, Twilight Princess is my second favorite game of all time.
No,
I'm replaying that one the second it drops.
You're the one who, since we started doing these things, are just like Pikmin, and then Pikmin came out.
And now I'm playing Pikmin.
Yeah, but the first two games. I'm talking about the HD ports because we're talking about.
I will get to them. It's not my fault they're not coming out physically day one. If they were here,
Yeah, but you're gonna buy it and then not
now.
play it.
Yes, I am. They're short games.
Alright.
I'm being attacked right now.
Yeah, I'm giving you shit. I'm sorry.
I know you are.
Anything else? But, I mean, Ganondorf's just cum jar bait.
I was really hoping...
Can I say that? I can say that word on YouTube,
yes, but why did you have to?
Because it's funny.
I'm trying to have thoughtful discussions here.
It's true.
And you're here memeing the fuck out of it.
It's true. Okay, well, I don't have as much love and, like, Zelda that hadn't, like, cradled me as a baby like you. So, Ganondorf being big and buff is, like, funny to me. So.
I was really hoping for a 2-pack with Skelly Ganondorf and buff Ganondorf, but I'll take the one. I'm not going to complain too much.
I'm definitely going to get the buff Ganondorf.
For sure.
I bought the Tears of the Kingdom on a whim. I didn't really want to buy it, but I bought it because I'm not getting the controller anytime soon, so I was like, why not? And it looks cool. I mean, I really love that statue, and we both predicted it was going to be an amiibo, so I was like, why not? But I haven't opened it still because I'm still worried. It's a Japanese amiibo, so that's why maybe I shouldn't open it. Can you use it in the box?
No, usually.
That sucks. I mean,
but, yeah.
All right. Well, the actual main event.
Metroid Prime 4, baby.
Yep, just as I predicted. Hey. We got a full reveal here. Metroid, I mean,
just
Samus.
As we thought was happening.
Yep, Samus, she's coming out November.
That Mario game, it opened the direct like we thought it was, right? We were right.
No, that was Pokemon. Pyroro, he lost all of his credibility. No, but this direct was absolutely wonderful because we got the first new Super Mario Brothers Switch. Okay, all right, we've been baiting it up.
No, it's not new anymore.
I really want to call it New Super Mario Brothers Wonder, but... well, it's Super Mario Brothers Wonder, an actually new 2D Mario game that's not new.
It looks fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
At first I was like, is that a 2D sprite? But it is 3D, I think. But I just love the art style, man. It is not new soup. It is not new soup in any way, shape, or form. It feels like good feel, but it's not.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. But it's not just the art style. The level design is completely different as well.
Yeah.
We were debating yesterday about like how you really thought it was going to be the Mario movie, like art style kind of direction. I hated that so much that when I saw this, I was just so relieved.
I was thinking like, okay, they want to capitalize off of the movie. Do I want it? No. But this is so much better than anything we talked about. It seems like it's still going to be A to B linear. It's not going to be open levels. It's not going to be, I mean, it might still be open world, but I don't think we can fully control ourselves in the world map. It looked like we could, but I don't think so. It still looks like it's a traditional game, but just completely differently. New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, it was nice because it was a return to form. However, this is finally that evolution that 2D Mario has needed since that point. So
a couple things I did notice though, like is the score bar is completely gone.
Yep.
Like obviously when you
timer's gone.
Timer's gone. Everybody in multiplayer shares the same life pool.
I hate that.
Wait, what?
I knew you were going to
hate that.
No, everyone shares one life pool.
Now, it's annoying. It was annoying in New Super Mario Bros. Wii having individual life bars just because we kept seeing that game over screen, but
yeah,
I didn't like it in 3D World. It's just like, why?
I didn't play enough multiplayer in 3D World to really notice. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to play Wonder in multiplayer very often, so it's like, I know it's not going to bug me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just thinking, like, us being on a couch playing Wonder and playing like we did last weekend.
Yeah.
And we would actually kill each other.
Yeah, we would tear each other apart. But,
yeah.
I mean, there's just on a base level, so much has changed, but so much is familiar. But because so much has changed, I'm like, this isn't real. This is a fan game. There's literally a fan game that looks so similar to this. It's insane. I don't know what it's called, but it has a lot of frames of animation. I don't know what it's called, but it was a really big deal. It's not a ROM hack. It's from a ground-up game. Oh, God, what was it called? Fan
I have no idea.
Mario game. Oh, God, I'm gonna have to look it up for you guys, but it was from the ground up. It's not a ROM hack or anything, but I'll look it up. But there's, I mean, out of nowhere, Daisy's back. Like,
yes.
Like, okay, well, first of all, we saw Peach. Peach was there.
Yeah.
Which is new for 2D Mario.
Peach was in the last game.
What? No, that's Peach.
Not 2D.
Not 2D.
Oh, yeah.
Not 2D?
Not 2D.
What?
No, Peach is not playable in 2D.
This is Peach's first time in like a mainline 2D game, I want to say since Mario 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the first time Daisy's ever been in a non-mobile game, traditional 2D Mario. Because she was in Mario Run.
Mario Land.
I thought she was in Mario Run.
I mean, yeah, but she's also in Mario Land.
You couldn't play as her in Mario Land, though. No.
Yeah, it looks like they have the same character roster as Mario Run, which is great. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo considers Mario Run as the next 2D Mario after New Super Mario Bros. So it seems like an evolution of that. We also have Yoshi. And Yoshi is rideable as well, which is so weird, which makes me think that each character has their own individual ability, or we just didn't see Mario ride Luigi because that would be weird. But I think either one of the two things is happening. One, each character has their own individual abilities, or two, you can just hop on any character and everybody has the same abilities, because we saw that Mario and Peach could both glide, seemingly, and... I mean, maybe Daisy's strong because she can push a pipe. I don't know.
My one hope for this game, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I hope it does. I really want to see Rosalina as like a hidden unlockable character.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like that would just be so too similar to 3D World at that point.
I agree. And that's exactly why I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we could just talk about this for hours because there's so much going on here. We
have to discuss the elephant in the room.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh my god. So we have our traditional new game power-up. We don't know if that turning into a boulder is a power-up. Maybe Cappy's back. Who knows? But this is like, this seemingly is like the new propeller suit, the new acorn suit. We know that traditional power-ups such as the Fire Flower are returning, seemingly a superstar as well. But we have power-ups that change the landscape, so they're not really power-ups. They're more of like part of the level design, which is really cool. It's completely new change of pace. But the actual first traditional new power-up is the elephant apple, as I am dubbing it. And for some reason, I thought Mario was doing like a charge attack. I thought it was referencing WarioWare, but no, he's using his trunk. So it seems like we'll have multiple. At least it's not a OP flying power up this time. It's actually something different as well, because they've been doing that since day one. I mean, the first new power up was the leaf. So I'm just hoping that we see a lot of traditional power ups as well as more than just one new power up, which would be great. Again, I don't know if that boulder move is a new power up or not. Because again, there is a lot of focus on the hat in this game.
With the boulder section, I was getting Yoshi's Island vibes with that. So I kind of think like certain levels, maybe Cappy is back as an item, and you can like just take over certain enemies or like objects or something. Yeah. But I do think that's going to be like a consistent thing throughout the game.
Yeah. But again, like I said, the only reason why I have this theory is because there's a focus on Mario's hat in a lot of scenes. He's floating with it. He loses it in the pipe, which acts like a clear pipe, which is cool. And also his hat is... He looks like he does in Mario Odyssey when he turns into a boulder. So seemingly that's what is going to happen, but probably not. But it's nice to speculate. We also have... Again, this is a lot of Mario Odyssey type stuff going on here. Not only does this feel creatively refreshing and not the box standard new soup sterilization that we've been getting, but I mean, even Mario Odyssey was kind of new soupy. Like Luncheon was kind of out there, but not too far off. But it was still sticking to the traditional sterilized, designs that we were getting. This is the first time where it's completely new. And to lead credence to that, I fully believe that this is the next big Mario for Nintendo. I think this is their Mario Odyssey 2, like as if the 2 series weren't 2 different series. I think this is the next major Mario game for them. And the reason why I believe that, and I think this game is going to be huge, is because we're taking ideas from both Mario Run and Mario Odyssey. We have purple coins here, which seemingly are a secondary collectible, and I guess you can get partial coins, which I don't understand.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense in the trailer.
Yeah, so we can get partial coins. We also have 10 coins, which aren't just normal 10 coins like you see in Mario Maker. They actually act as pseudo star coins as well, because we see that there's 3 in a level. And we also have another star coin like collectible in the Wonder
Stone or something like that.
Yeah, Wonder something. But
Wonder Seed,
yeah.
Wonder
Seed, yeah.
It seems like you get one from the end of the level, as well as maybe 1 or 2 in the level itself. What I'm hoping here is that the game is actually like a modern 2D game where the levels are much longer. There's a lot more levels than we see in a new Soup game. I mean, creatively, I'm seeing a lot, but I feel like this is going to be a decently long game. I feel like this is going to be... I think this is the next big Mario game.
It'll be the next big Mario game until the 3D one comes in the next, 18 to 24 months. It will definitely be a huge game. It'll sell a ton of copies. It'll be revered as the next big step in 2D Mario, as it should be, which is exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was going to act like I was going to bring, a downside to that. I wasn't.
No, but but they didn't... I fully believe that they did not treat New Soup U and 3D Land as the next big Mario game. Pretty much,
no, for sure
since not. It was basically the 3D games were the big Mario games, and then New Soup came out on portable. We kind of came out, and then we went from Galaxy 2 pretty much straight to 3D World, and I don't know if they even consider 3D World a big Mario game. So we really went from Galaxy 2 to Odyssey, but now I really believe we went from Odyssey to Mario Wonder. So
agreed.
And which is surprising for 2D games. So,
well, we haven't had this kind of leap in 2D Mario since going from Mario World to New Super DS. So it's been a long time coming. It's been basically the same amount of time between...
I think longer.
I think it has been longer, because, it's been, 16, 17 years?
Yeah, and if not including Yoshi's Island, you go from World to New Soup DS, or at the very least, you go to Mario Advance 4 to New Soup DS.
I wouldn't count the advanced ones. I mean, you could, because there is new content.
Well, New Soup was supposed to be Mario Advance 5. So you could think of it that way, but either way, it's still been longer since we've had a new game. Now, here's another question. Do you think we get DLC?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Because New Soup,
see it happening.
Luigi U is a thing, so...
Luigi,
yeah. It could definitely happen. I wouldn't shut down the possibility. We just don't know enough about the scope of the game to say yet.
Do you think it would be Luigi U again, or just the same world map, just new levels, or just a traditional DLC?
I think that was just because they wanted something for the year Luigi, and they wanted something more challenging. I don't think they're going to go down that same path.
I think this game is going to be hard, by the way. I think the difficulty stars should tell you. I think there's going to be. I think that there's going to be some optional levels that are going to be as hard as Luigi U, if not harder. So
I can see that.
And then the other thing is, we saw Mario, we saw Luigi, we saw Yellow Toad, we saw Peach, we saw Daisy, we saw Yoshi, and multiple colors of Yoshi. There are a few significant missing characters that we have here. One,
Blue Toad's on the box art.
That's not Blue Toad. That's a Goomba with Toad's head on it.
Are we?
I'm serious.
Don't you think that signifies something though?
No, I do, but we haven't technically seen it. But also,
that is fair.
That is also another question. Maybe Cappy is back. because it seems like Toad captured Goomba there. So
yeah, that's fair.
That's another point towards Cappy as well, or Cappy, I guess. But Blue Toad seemingly there. But then we also have Toadette. Why the fuck did they introduce a completely new character in Peachette for them to completely scrap it? Especially with all the characters that we're getting here, like Toadette seems like a no-brainer.
I agree with you there.
I mean, it could be that we're getting multiple colors of Toads in general, just like Yoshi. And who knows how many colors of Yoshi we actually get. So,
yeah.
I'm just surprised Yoshi's a playable character.
I know. When I first watched the trailer, I just thought they were like just a normal Yoshi, and then I went back and rewatched it, and I saw their icon, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Another thing that's weird, too, is that with everything that we've seen about this game, especially like the gameplay and the new graphic style, the box art is just new soup. It's just a new soup box art. It's just like, what?
I mean, I think it looks really good.
I like it. I like it as well, but it's just like, it's just weird.
I mean, look at how well new soup U has sold. So, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
God, what a step up, man. I can't get over that. It's so much better.
For me, it's the fact they're introducing this big of a title so far into the Switch's life, which just tells me that they are winding down on it. They're not just leaving it to die.
Oh, but this is a big title, but this isn't the holiday title. The holiday title is Mario RPG. So
I think they're considering this game to be the big holiday title. They just want it out before the Black Friday stuff happens.
Yeah.
And I think they do have a lot of confidence in Mario RPG, and I'm hoping that's because there is some new content that we don't know about yet.
In Mario RPG?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people are complaining about the box art for Mario RPG, but that's just the box art from the Super Famicom.
I hate it. Add a background. I know it's the Japanese one, but add a damn background.
Why? You don't want Mario to blankly stare into the sunset?
I genuinely hate it. It looks like one of those E3 placeholder ones we used to get for like Breath of the Wild back in the day. It looks like just a logo and a couple PNGs. I really do not like it.
I'm sorry, but this is the first direct ever that I'm just like, this is not real. Since like Smash Brothers, it's just like, in what reality do we get a Mario game that's not New Super and Mario turns into a fucking elephant? In what reality?
Fair, we have been in a generation that Nintendo's actually listening to us and realizing they can't just abandon us for the casuals.
But Mario has still been sterile up until this point.
I mean, we haven't had much main Mario since. We've like Odyssey.
Odyssey was sterile.
Mario Maker.
Luigi's Mansion was sterile. It was all new soup. It was always new soup.
I mean, that's just how the future of the art style was going. And I mean, it's a lot easier to be really playful with a 2D game than a 3D one, to be fair with you.
But I think this is the standard now. Well, we're not going to see a 3D Mario game in the art style of Wonder, but we're going to get a wacky 3D Mario game.
I think so.
So there is no standard anymore.
No.
Which is good.
Yeah. Been a long time coming.
All right. Anything else about the Direct? I honestly, with how fast we were going at first, weird pacing, right? With how fast we were going in the beginning, I was just like, oh, this is going to be shorter than our predictions video somehow.
Well, because you talked about Mario Kart for 10 minutes.
God damn it. Oh, I have a short that I got to show you after this, but it's hilarious.
No.
All right.
But
yeah,
I think I'm all set. I'm really happy with this Direct. I was surprised no Zelda DLC, which I'm kind of thinking we're not going to get it at this point, but besides that, Kid Icarus, I'm in between on, like, if it's real, I can see it being next year or being announced in September. The way I see it right now is I think this Direct was just to be a Mario explosion, a good bit of Pikmin stuff, just to get us through the rest of the year.
I'm sorry, but we needed this. We needed this.
And then
but
the
you did
September
too.
one
Pikmin needed this as well. So
yeah, but then the September Direct's going to be like updates about some smaller games, and then like maybe Metroid and a couple of like early spring games. Like I really don't expect a lot from the September Direct just because of how meaty this one was, and it had to be.
yeah. Well, I'm going to be thinking about this for the next month because it's either 2D Mario or Pokemon that's always on my mind, and Scarlet and Violet did not do it for me. So, yeah, no. If you think that Mario fans were eating good for the last couple of years, you now see why that people like me were starving. So, we're eating good. No, we're not eating good. We are feasting.
I'll be playing Pikmin in a month, and we'll be playing Mario in 4 months.
Yep. And maybe we still don't know if it's online. It's probably not, but it could be.
It's not. I wouldn't get your hopes up.
I really want it to be because 3D World was, and it would just be so much more convenient if we could all just play from our homes.
I'm not shutting down the possibility, but for some reason I think that's gonna be like the Nintendo fuck up for this game.
Yeah.
It's just not putting online in it.
Yeah.
I hope it's online though.
Yeah, I pray.
Oh, same.
Like Sonic, like even though it's not online, you know for a goddamn fact someone's gonna riot and they're gonna patch it in later. Like it's a complete possibility. Mario, on the other hand, if it's not in it now, it's not in it ever. So
yeah.
The fact that 3D World even had it in the first place was a long shot.
That was a shock. I'm all tapped out though. I think I've gotten all my direct talk out.
All right, it's the Pug Show now. Go ahead.
Pug Show. Okay. Where do I start?
All right, well, how do we rate this direct out of 10? For me personally, I want to say it's a 10 out of 10, but knowing that a lot of people think it's a mid direct, I'm gonna be reasonable and say an 8.
I'm right there with you. I think it's an 8 only because I'm not the biggest fan of Mario RPG. I know I'm gonna enjoy the game, but it didn't hit me like it hit a lot of people. And then my most like anticipated new game besides the 2D Mario was the Peach game, and we saw nothing of it.
Yeah.
So besides that, I'm very happy.
And Pikmin.
The
non-Mario guy talked more about Mario than Pikmin.
I'm not a non-Mario guy. I just don't usually gravitate to Mario.
Oh, you were bored out of your mind.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii is not my game. I prefer you, and I know I'm going to get crucified for that.
Oh, I like you better than Wii as well. I think the level design, I think it looks better, but the level design is definitely better in Wii.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, Pug, what's your score?
My score, 7.5.
How come you're rating it kind of lower?
I wanted more Mario.
Oh my god.
Was 5 games not enough for you?
Listen, I wanted another 3D Mario. They didn't provide.
Okay, all right, we're exposing you right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Here are Pug's predictions. You guys all know our predictions. We did our shorts and we did our full video, but these were Pug's predictions. Just so you know. New 3D Mario, new Kirby, Scarlet and Violet release date.
Okay, when we're mentioning Kirby, were you thinking like big new 3D Kirby or like a spin-off?
Like a spin-off.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah, I predicted that as well. Usually we do see one about this time, so that's fair. Scarlet and Violet was a shot, but you got that right. And
you did.
And
you were wrong on that one.
A 3D Mario, it could have happened in some alternate timeline, but it's definitely being saved as a launch title for sure.
As much as I'm craving a new 3D Mario game, I can't see that not being at least a cross-gen game.
I think we needed this 2D Mario game. I think that this is a better alternative than a new 3D Mario because, again, it could have happened, but I think that we haven't had a new 2D game in such a long time that we needed one before we step it into another 3D world. So
let the 3D game cook.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it Odyssey still, or is it going to be completely new?
It'll be same structure. It's not going to be Odyssey 2.
I think we're gonna be closer to Bowser's Fury. I think, but
yeah, it's gonna be somewhere in that range.
Yeah, but all right. I mean, do you think this is the last final good like big Nintendo Direct, or Do you think September is gonna it's gonna keep going down from here basically? And they won't be bad, but.
So I'm just gonna be rapid fire this. I think September we get Metroid Prime 4. I think that's like gonna be a huge thing. It's gonna be exciting. We see that for 2024. We either get Zelda DLC or the Zelda ports for early 2024, and then we get Fire Emblem Genealogy: The Holy War remaster that's been rumored.
All right.
I'm kind of expecting it to be downhill from here. I mean, there'll be some good remasters and stuff, but in terms of new games, I kind of think after this, we get Metroid Prime 4, whether or not that's cross-platform or not is a whole discussion, and then maybe a Rhythm Heaven or something small. I really do think we're just about at the end of exciting new games.
Assuming that the new console comes out late 2024, is February the last direct then?
Yes. I think by the time we hit June, it's when we start we get Nintendo Switch 2 showcase or whatever it is, and we see the launch window lineup for stuff like that, and then third-party support.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the new console will launch somewhere between September and November. I honestly don't know where they're gonna aim it.
All right. Well.
But yeah.
That is what we got from Nintendo today. That is our future predictions for Nintendo. And as for us, where could you see us next? Hylian?
Here. On my Twitter at
just
Hylian98. Just basically here. I'm in the closet until you call me to come out to record.
What's cooking from you?
I am working on slowly my Zelda review. I'm hoping to have it out by the end of June. But I also said that I would have it out before 2 weeks of the game being out, and then the game was huge.
Yeah.
So it's cooking. Besides that, though, I do want to get something Pikmin out before 4 comes out. And yeah, that's kind of what I've got working on.
And where can we find you, Pug? Who are you?
On my channel, at what's my hat? Just search up Young Pug, you'll find me.
No, you won't.
Yeah, you will.
There's so many young pugs.
No, you
they'll be linked in the description if you get too lazy.
Yeah. And I know something's cooking by him. He may or may not be fishing.
Oh. Don't give it away.
It's not like you already did. But no, we're doing a collab. We're doing Pokemon Gold and Silver, so that's fun.
Yeah.
And
I'm working on the 3rd episode as we speak right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been posting any Pokemon stuff. I've been releasing one a week, but I'll be back in full force on my main channel in August. But for now, I'm just gonna be focusing on my second channel and this channel here because even though we haven't really been cooking anything interesting, we have been growing, and we thank you guys so much for the support that you've been giving us.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course, if you want to have our community grow even bigger, join that Discord. Links in the description. In fact, all of our links in the description. Follow Hylian, follow Pug, follow me, and we'll see you when Mario Wonder comes out.
Don't forget to check out our Super Nintendo World review we just posted.
Yeah, it should have came out today as well. Yes. I'm gonna release this pretty much right away, just so that we're still kind of relevant. I know it'll be a little wait. I mean, we could do it tomorrow, but I don't know if it'll be too far gone at that point. But what do you think? Should we do it now or tomorrow?
I'd launch it tomorrow, because if you're gonna launch it in the middle of the night, I don't think a lot of people are gonna see it.
Okay, well, it'll be out tomorrow. So if you haven't already, we released the video yesterday, and yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support, and you'll see Hylian when he's done with Zelda, and you'll see me when
soon
when Matt decides to crawl out of his hole. Because that's probably the next
5 is coming soon.
Or Minecraft. We want to talk Minecraft. Also, Liam's cooking.
Minecraft.
Liam's cooking. Liam's gonna be the biggest cooker this summer. So. All right, see you guys.
All right, bye guys.